Hello, welcome to Hey York, our international student podcast. This week, we're digging into a topic which lots of students are a bit scared by, budgeting. But hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll feel more confident about handling your finances while studying in the UK. I'm Sydney, your host for this series. I'm from the United States, and I'm studying music, management, and marketing. Sat with me are Sarah and F.A. Could you please introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Sarah. I'm also from the US, and I'm doing my master's in public policy.
Hi, I'm Efe. I do business and management, and I'm from Turkey.
Wonderful. All right, let's get started. So, Sarah and F.A., did you come to York with a financial plan in place, or was it something you figured out once you got here? Did you do any research about the cost of living? Did you set up a budget planner? What was your approach?
Yeah, for me, I have kind of a monthly budget that I let myself spend. But coming here with currency saved up in USD or euros, it's definitely a bit of an adjustment to kind of learn how much things really cost and how much I'm spending per month.
I'm pretty similar. Like, even the school fees in general, everything was pre-planned in general, also as an international. Similarly, I also have like a monthly thing I try to go by. And I think it's actually good because you have a bit of I guess for me, it's the first time I'm living alone, away from my parents. And it's a good experience to actually learn how to live by yourself, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. So let's talk about your life at uni now and your finances. Sarah, do you know how much you typically spend a week in food, transport, social things, and how do you budget for these costs?
Yeah, I think it's about 60 to 100 pounds per week. And I think it's all about balance. Like if I'm going out to eat or if I'm ordering in once or twice that week, I'll try not to take an Uber somewhere or I'll try not to take a day trip. And just being kind of self-aware about how much I'm spending and being able to kind of diffuse that over the course of the month. Just having kind of a plan in place, even if it's flexible, is really helpful just to be self-aware.
F.A., what about you?
In my case, I like to do my shopping all together because I'm pretty new to, I guess, spending my own money type thing. So I try to make sure I don't overspend beforehand, and like I do all my weekly shops or like a monthly shop just to get the general stuff in the house so I don't go out of my way and like spend excessively on something. And then I also reserve a section of the budget I have on social things so I can just because when it's social things, you might have to go over it sometimes. Something spontaneous might happen. So I have like a part of my budget like kept to the side for that.
And what's something finance related that all new students should do when they first arrive in the UK for their studies?
I think for me, something I didn't know about when I got here was the First Bus app, which saves you a lot of money with the bus tickets. Tapping on and off will add up, and that gets pretty expensive. So just being able to buy the student tickets through the app is, I think, a good thing to do.
I agree. Travel, I would say, it's not really expensive, but there's a lot of alternatives. There's a lot of things you can find out. For example, walking here is very convenient, I would say, like 20, 25 minutes everywhere in general. So once you get used to it, it's like pretty okay to just walk places. So I've gotten used to that, and I guess I save a bit of money on that every month.
Not to mention the walk to town is quite beautiful.
Yeah.
I do love that one. And do either of you work part-time alongside studying?
I do work part-time. I have a seasonal role in the city at a perfume shop, which is super fun. And honestly, it's really nice to have a little bit of extra cash, not have to worry too much about money. And even though it's a temporary role, it really is kind of a lift right now for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a spot as an international student ambassador in the uni. I'm relatively new to it, so I'm still getting used to it. But it's pretty interesting because I think you get to experience a lot of new experiences. And also this summer, when I go back to Turkey, I already have something set up as I did last summer. So I really look forward to that because I get to work with some friends actually. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Very cool. And how do you balance your study and your workload? Have you found that difficult to do, easier as you get on?
Yeah, for me, my week is pretty much split between classes for 3 days and then work for 3 or 4 days. And so it's kind of nice having that balance of like locking in for the first part of the week and then kind of turning my brain off working retail for 3 or 4 days. And then I'm ready to come back to school and work really hard. So it's actually really good for me. I think I work a bit better when I'm busier as well. So yeah, having both has been really nice.
In my case, I'm a bit more, I like similarly to how I budget, I like to get things done beforehand because like I used to struggle with this a lot, like getting things done. Like, the way I found to do it was just get it over with. Like when I spread it too thin, I kind of struggle staying on task, I guess. So I try to do it in big batches, enough to, I guess, finish the work. And so I think you have to find a good balance, but you have to pay attention to a lot of things because like your social life, as we said, budgeting, school even, like for me, it was really new to do all of these things actually. So it took me a while to adjust. And my first year was, I would say, like a bit rougher than second year. And even though second year is harder, I'm finding it easier personally. So,
and have there been any strategies or tips you'd give students that are struggling to balance work and study? To use a planner? What does that kind of look like when you want to get things done?
Yeah, so I kind of allocate my day like towards something specific. So I guess, for example, Monday, if I have a lot of assignments, I do keep track of them. That's helped me a lot. Like I note down pretty much everything I have to do just in case. Like not that I'll forget, but there might be a chance. So I kind of do that. And the more you get used to that, I guess you don't have to like constantly overdo it. But once you're used to it, you can kind of stay on the same path.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think for me, Google Calendar is my best friend. I put everything on there, and that really helps me kind of visualize, okay, how much time do I have for something, and then how much time do I have after for that. And yeah, just having something where you can visually see, like on paper even, everything you need to do, I think is really smart.
Nice. If you're enjoying hearing our students' experiences of life at York, why not follow us on Instagram or sign up for our email update to get all the latest info straight to your inbox. Check out the links in the description to get started. All right, this might be the scary bit, but I'm asking you to think a bit after graduation. What are your plans? If you have one, maybe you're thinking of pursuing further study or you already have a career in mind or a job lined up. What does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, for me, I would love to stay in Europe. I really like the lifestyle over here, and I think it would be really great to work in a full-time communications role for me as a former journalist. Yeah, something in journalism or communications is what I'm thinking.
For me, it's a bit more undecided. I'm pretty confused actually when it comes to that, but I want to, I think, work in the food industry in general, just because it's a like interest of mine, but I'm not sure exactly which side of it, what part of it. So for me right now, I'm thinking of let me graduate, let me try to do my best within this time, and then I can also like doing things currently that will apply to the future, I guess, also matters.
Yeah, totally.
Even though it's kind of unclear, I guess.
Oh, that makes total sense. I think a lot of students are in the same exact boat and feeling the same way. So, and what's the smartest financial decision you've made so far while being a student at York?
I don't know if I would say smartest, but one smart thing I've done is sign up for the student membership at the City Screen Picture House because I'm somebody who loves films and going to the movies with my friends, but spending £9 to £12 per ticket is not sustainable as a student.
Yeah.
So the membership, you spend £20 or £22 for 2 free movies and then £3 off every ticket, I believe, going forward. So they get pretty cheap. And that was, I think, a really good decision. Just knowing your hobbies and knowing kind of how you can save money on those is really, really fun and important, I think.
Totally.
When I think of like the most smartest thing you can approach in this way, I guess, shopping in the right places maybe, or like knowing where to go for what type thing. I didn't know the price points of many things before coming here, but after getting used to it in general, I can say, oh, this is a bit, I shouldn't do this, or this is like very optimal to buy. So I think that makes sense if you can get like a general idea of what's most affordable maybe and what's actually healthy as well, but matching both as well.
What have you found is your best approach to that kind of stuff?
Mm,
Do you have a go-to grocer that you just know that you're going to get your basics at versus splurging somewhere? Yeah.
So, for example, for fruits and veggies, I don't really like the packaged ones, I guess, like the ones in plastic sleeves. So for me, I'll go to one that has like fresh ones. Because to me, like, that's what I'm used to as well. So I rather do that. And when it comes to a bit more, I guess, affordable things, for example, I want like a 10-pack of water or like bottled water, for example. Doesn't really matter. So I'll try to go for like a discount store because it's water, right?
All right. So we always like to end the podcast with a quick fire round. First one to put their hands up gets to share their answer. Are you both ready? Number 1, why did you choose York?
I've said this before, but I really like the campus, the real campus experience. I think it's really great to be surrounded by so many like-minded people, people our age, and having a beautiful campus really helps immerse yourself in studies.
Good answer. Number 2, where is the best place to eat in York?
I really like Cressy Pizzeria. Cressy's. I really like it because I have an Italian friend back home, and he's like very like strict with his approach towards. He's like, "Oh, this isn't pizza. This isn't pasta." So I actually, when I first went, I sent a photo to him saying, "Is this legible?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "This is more than legible. You should keep going there. It looks very like back at home." He said so. So to me, that actually gave me that extra, what do you call it? And it's pretty reasonably priced, I think. It's like pretty high quality with regular prices.
Nice. Where is it in the city? I feel like I've seen it.
So after you get off at the Merchant Gate stop and you walk towards the city, you know, where they set up the stands for the Christmas market now? It's
Yes.
right before the Sainsbury's,
Okay, yes.
Yeah. where the bus stops are.
Good to know. I love pizza. All right, third question. Where's the best place to study on campus?
My first year I was in James, so I think James is really peaceful, like James College.
Yeah.
Me and a couple of friends had some benches there that like no one really came to. It's all in the greenery, and it's right next to the lake, and ducks everywhere, swans everywhere. It's kind of loud sometimes, but it's really peaceful in general. So we really loved being there, and I remember studying there a couple of times.
Very nice. I'm sure we all miss the sunshine a bit, so that'll be nice to study at when the sun comes back out. All right, last question. What's your favorite memory at York?
One recent one for me was doing a screening of Frankenstein with my friends in the Wentworth Common Room. That was a really good time. It was like maybe 6 or 7 of us, but then a bunch of people, we had no idea who they were. They joined us. They were sitting behind us. And then by the end of it, everyone was like, wow, what a great movie. What a great film. Thanks for screening it here. So that was really great.
Is that the new one?
That is a new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a big fan of it.
It's on my
It's
list.
really nice. It's also
It
really
was
pretty.
a great movie.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, it's really well done.
okay. I trust your opinion if you have a student movie
Yes.
theater discount. Wonderful. All right. My final question for you both is if you could send a short voice note to yourself before you started at York with one piece of budgeting advice, what would you say?
For me, kind of along the lines of what we were talking about, like shop at Lidl. For me, that's the cheapest option for as much as I can get for my money. Don't go to Co-op, don't go to M&S. Like you can treat yourself to those every once in a while, but Lidl is the go-to.
Prioritize what you want to spend your money on, and then make sure you have enough for it, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Totally. Well, thank you both. That's all we have time for today. A huge thank you to our guests, Sarah and Efe, for sharing their experiences and budgeting advice. And don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. As always, we'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment, and see you next time.